Hello students. Now we are studying the chapter tax-free incomes. In the previous session we discussed about death cum retirement gratuity. Death cum retirement gratuity can be classified into two categories. They are gratuity of government employees and gratuity of non-government employees. Gratuity of government employees is fully exempted from tax and gratuity of non-government employees is taxable to some extent. This gratuity of non-government employees can be classified into two categories, that is non-government employees covered by the Gratuity Act of 1972 and non-government employees not covered by the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. Under these two categories, the classification of taxable gratuity is different. Let us solve some problems relating to that in this session. See the first problem. After serving for 31 years 8 months, Abhay retired from Zenith Company Limited on 30th September. He received rupees 2,50,000 as gratuity. His salary for the last month was rupees 12,000. He is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. Find out taxable gratuity. Here, information relating to Mr. Abhay is given in this problem. He served in Zenith Company Limited for 31 years 8 months and under non-government employees covered under Payment of Gratuity Act, this fraction of years has to be converted into one full year if that fraction of year is more than 6 months. In this problem, he served for 31 years 8 months. 8 months is more than 6 months, so you can convert this into 1 year. That means in this problem, the number of years served by Mr. Abhay is 32 years for the purpose of calculation of taxable gratuity. Abhay retired from Zenith Company on 30th September. He received 2,50,000 as gratuity. This is the actual amount of gratuity received, that is 2,50,000. His salary for the last month was 12,000. His last month's salary is 12,000. Here you have to calculate 15 days salary on the basis of last month's salary. The calculation of 15 days salary is nothing but 15 days salary multiplied by number of years of service. In this problem, 15 days salary can be calculated on the basis of the information given in the problem, that is 12,000 multiplied by 15 by 26. Here 26 is number of working days. In the problem, if the number of working days are not given, you have to consider 26 days as number of working days in a month and multiplied by number of years of service, that is 32 in this problem. In this problem, they have particularly mentioned that he is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act of 1972. You can calculate taxable gratuity very easily. Calculation of gratuity, taxable gratuity means least of three things, that is 15 days salary or actual gratuity received or statutory limit. Person covered under Payment of Gratuity Act of 1972, statutory limit is 20 lakhs. Let us solve this problem. See, computation of taxable gratuity. First you have to write amount of gratuity received, 2,50,000. You have to write it in the outer column. From that you have to deduct the gratuity exempt under section 10 subsection 10. Under that, three things, out of that three things, least of the following you have to deduct from actual amount received to calculate taxable gratuity. First thing you have to consider is actual amount of gratuity received, that is 2,50,000, right in the inner column. Second one, 15 days salary for each year of completed service, that is calculated like this: 12,000, that is last month's salary, by 26 into 15, that means 15 divided by 26, that is 15 days out of 26 working days, multiplied by number of completed years of service in this problem, that is 32. 15 days salary is 2,21,538, that is the round off figure of 15 days salary for each year of completed service. Next, statutory limit. In this problem, statutory limit is 20 lakhs. Least of the following is 2,21,538. That amount is exempted gratuity, that you have to deduct from actual gratuity amount received. You get 28,462 as taxable gratuity of Mr. Abhay. So this is the problem relating to computation of taxable gratuity when employee is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act. This type of problem may come for 4 marks in your exam. Let us solve another problem. Uday Kumar, an employee of Ashok Limited, receives 2,05,000 as gratuity under the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. He retires on 10th September 2019, make it as 2019, not 2018, 2019. After rendering service for 35 years and 7 months. The last drawn salary was 2,700 per month. Calculate the amount of gratuity chargeable to tax. Here, information is given as gratuity under receives rupees 2,05,000 as gratuity under the Payment of Gratuity Act of 1972. Here the gratuity amount, that is actual amount received, is 2,05,000 and he retires from the company on 10th September 2019 after serving 35 years 7 months. That means number of years of completed service is 35 years plus one more year. Here fraction of year can be converted into 1 year because it is more than 6 months. So the total number of completed years of service is 36 years. 36 years in this problem. His last drawn salary is 2,700 per month. This information is useful to calculate 15 days salary. Calculate the amount of gratuity chargeable to tax. Here he is covered under Gratuity Act or not covered under Gratuity Act is not mentioned. In this type of problem, you can consider he is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act because his last drawn salary is given. If 10 months average salary is given in the problem, that means you have to consider he is not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act. Remember that point. Let us compute the taxable gratuity amount. See the answer. Amount of gratuity received rupees 2,05,000. From that you have to deduct gratuity exempt under section 10 subsection 10. Under that 3 point you have to calculate. Out of that least of the following you have to consider for deduction as exempted gratuity. First you have to write Actual amount received, here actual amount received is 2,05,000, write it in the inner amount column. Second one, 15 days salary for each year of completed service, that is calculated like this. 2,700 is the salary received in the last month of service multiplied by 15 days divided by 26 days. That 26 days is number of working days multiplied by number of years, completed years of service, 36 years, that is 35 years 7 months. 7 months is more than 6 months, so you can convert it into 1 year. The round off figure of 15 day salary is 56,077. Here you have to round off the figure into nearest 10 or nearest one, whichever is convenient. Next one, statutory limit 20 lakhs. So here least of the following you have to consider. Here least of the following is 56,077. You have to consider that for deduction from actual amount received as exempted gratuity amount. When you deduct exempted gratuity, the taxable gratuity amounts to rupees 1,48,923 rupees. That is the taxable gratuity amount of Mr. Ashok, Mr. Uday Kumar, who is retiring from Ashok Limited. So these are the two problems of employee, non-government employee covered by the Payment of Gratuity Act. Let us solve two more problems relating to non-government employee not covered by the Payment of Gratuity Act of 1972. See this problem. Ajay served in Seema Fabrics Limited for 28 years 10 months and retired on 31st January. He received rupees 3,45,000 as gratuity. His salary for the last 10 months amounted to rupees 2,41,500 rupees. This is the problem relating to employee not covered by the Payment of Gratuity Act. Here one hint is given, that is last 10 months salary is given in the problem. If last 10 months salary is given, that means it is not covered by the Payment of Gratuity Act, because the condition is least of three things you have to consider as exempted gratuity, that is half month's salary multiplied by number of completed years of service, or actual gratuity amount received, or statutory limit 10 lakhs rupees. Here fraction of years you have to ignore, even if that is more than 6 months. Remember this point. Fraction of years you have to ignore. In this problem fraction of years is 10 months. You have to just ignore this point. Okay, you have to consider only completed years of service, that is 28 years. See this problem. Ajay served in Seema Fabric Limited for 28 years 10 months. Here you have to consider only 28 years and retired on 31st January. He received 3,45,000 as gratuity. This is the actual amount of gratuity received by Ajay. His salary for the last 10 months amounted to rupees 2,41,500. This information is important to calculate half month's salary. Let us solve this problem. See the solution. First you have to write actual amount of gratuity received, that is 3,45,000 rupees, that you have to write in the outer column. From that you have to deduct gratuity exempt under section 10 subsection 10. Least of the following you have to consider. First one, actual amount received. Here 3,45,000, write in the inner amount column. Next see this difference in the problem relating to covered by payment of gratuity act. You are considering 15 days salary, 15 days salary of last salary drawn on the basis of last month's salary you are considering, but in this problem half month's salary you are considering on the basis of average salary of last 10 months. Here calculation is like this: 2,41,500 is last 10 months salary into 1 by 2, that is half months, here divided by 2 multiplied by number of completed years of service 28 years, and you are ignoring the fraction of years 10 months. In this problem you have to ignore that thing, remember that point. After calculating you get 3,38,100 as half month salary for each year of completed service. Statutory limit 10 lakhs, remember this point. Employee not covered by the payment of gratuity act, statutory limit is 10 lakhs, but person or employee covered by the payment of gratuity act, statutory limit 20 lakhs rupees. Here least of the following you have to consider. The least of the following is half month's salary, that is 3,38,100. When you deduct 3,38,100 from the amount of gratuity received, you get taxable gratuity as 6,900. This is the taxable gratuity of Mr. Ajay after his retirement. So this is the problem relating to taxable gratuity of employee not covered by the payment of gratuity act of 1972. This type of problem also may come for 4 marks in your final exam. Let us solve one more problem which is similar to this problem. See this problem. Mr. Sanath was an employee of Rituparna Limited. After 38 years of service, he retired on 28th February 2020. Make it as 2020. He was drawing a monthly salary of 18,000. On retirement, he received a gratuity of 4 lakhs. Compute taxable gratuity assuming employee not covered by the payment of gratuity act of 1972. Here the information is directly given as employee not covered by the payment of gratuity act. Simply you can solve this problem. See, the information is given: Sanath served for Rituparna Limited for 38 years and he retired on 28th February 2020, it is 2020. He was drawing monthly salary of 18,000. Here monthly salary is given, 10 months average salary is not given, but the information is directly given, that is employee not covered by the payment of gratuity act. So no problem, you can calculate that one, that is 10 months salary. And on retirement he received a gratuity of 4 lakhs. Here the actual amount of gratuity is 4 lakhs rupees. Compute taxable gratuity of Mr. Sanath. Let us solve this problem. Here amount of gratuity received 4 lakhs rupees. From this 4 lakh you have to deduct gratuity exempt under section 10 subsection 10. Least of the following you have to consider. First one, actual amount received 4 lakhs. Here half month salary for each year of completed service. Here in this problem 10 months average salary is not given. So you have to consider drawing of monthly salary as his average salary for the calculation of half month salary. So 18,000 into 1 by 2, that is divided by 2 into number of years of completed service, that is 38 years. Here no fraction of years is there. If there is any fraction of years, you have to ignore that point. So average salary you have to consider as 18,000 divided by 2 into 38 years of completed service. The amount of half month salary for each year of completed year of service, you get 3,42,000. Next, statutory limit 10 lakhs. Least of the following you have to consider. Half month salary is least in this problem, that is your exempted gratuity amount. When you deduct this exempted gratuity from actual gratuity received, you get 58,000 as taxable gratuity. So this is the taxable salary gratuity of Mr. Sanath after his retirement. So this is the problem relating to person or employee not covered by the Payment of Gratuity Act. So these are the problems relating to covered under Payment of Gratuity Act and not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act, important for 4 marks. In the next session, let us solve some more problems relating to this. Thank you. Let us meet in the next session.